Hello world, Bob here. A bit of a different walk today. We're cutting cross country today, having an explore. I am making for, how do you pronounce it, Billinge? The place names around here are a bit curious. I'm going to call it Billinge Hill. And the beacon has the highest bit of ground around here in this bit of West Lancashire, which isn't very high at all. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, farmers are out farmering. My rucksack is incredibly heavy, so it's going to be a slow walk today. But what does make a pleasant change is that the path is dry. Look at that, ladies and gentle spoons. Sandy, dry path. That's a novelty round here. It's a stunning day now today. It's beginning to feel like early summer rather than late spring. Still only end of May, which, nice hawthorn. I don't know if you can see the pinks in it. It's beautiful. Reminds me, it's my wife's birthday in a few days. I must sort something out. Absolutely stunning, and I'm glad I've come out now. Last time I talked about apathy and inertia, I think I said. I thought today I'd just mention sort of exhaustion. There's a whole series of, I suppose, physical side effects. My glasses back on. It's one of those strange things about mental illness and depression and anxiety. Perhaps people don't realise if they haven't suffered from it, is that it's not just all in here, everywhere else as well. So I find when I'm struggling, I need to just sleep ridiculous amounts. Beautiful, beautiful gold crest in front of us, and you won't be able to see it. I wonder if I can get it. It's sitting on a branch. Can you see that? Right in the middle there now. I think that's a gold crest. I'll look it up when we get back. Beautiful thing. Off it goes. So there you go. Beautiful day. Well, that's just funny. When I had really serious depression, I probably could have spent all day, every day in bed, fast asleep. And I still get outrageously tired. So, this morning I took my wife to work, dropped her off, and as I normally do, and the temptation just to go back to bed was very strong, and it's a sort of, oh, I'll go for a nap, and I'll go for a nap now, and then I can get on with the day after that. I fought that this morning, and I've come out instead, and it's now, well, it's not very early, is it? Can't even see my watch. Oh, I don't know. It's probably 9:30, something like that. That's a triumph. Getting up, coming out, that's a triumph. Mental health or mental illness, mental unwellness, instability, wobbliness. Mental wobbliness can cause all sorts of physical issues. So there's the exhaustion. I have endless, let's say, put it nicely, digestive issues, which correlate, you know. If I have a really stressful, anxious time, 24 hours later, not a happy bunny intestinally. This is just more detail than you needed. That'll teach you for watching. Physical pains as well. So it's only a couple of weeks ago I had chest pains all across my left, round from my ribs, round my back, round my sides, and it just got worse and worse. In the end I went to see the doctor. We had a poke around, They didn't think there's anything wrong, it's just muscles, just be gentle. I would say within 24 hours of having seen the doctor and being told there was nothing wrong, there was no more pain. So that's, you know, you can get physical pains, and they might not be real, they might not be any cause, but they hurt just as much. And they add to this vicious spiral of not feeling good. Gosh, it's gorgeous. I'm just going to swap you up. Look at that out there. Look at those fields, that grass. Beautiful. It's like wobbly vision. Lush is what that is. Good view. So just to the right of that row of pylons disappearing, that's Billinge Hill over there. It's a big TV mast. There's a very high bit of ground around here. Whew. So, as I said, this is one of the higher bits of the countryside around here. And because this is one of the higher bits of the countryside around here, should be a good view from the top. So, yeah. So I guess, you know, if you're stressed, feeling physical issues with stress, don't be surprised. And it's a rare day when everything feels relaxed. The nice things about brief holidays. I'm going to stop waffling for now and just walk a bit. Speak to you soon. Well, I'm not sure I've actually had this nice new wired microphone turned on at all for any of these things I've been doing. Since I just tried to flash a bit of moving away from the camera back there, and my voice moved away as well. The harrow bits. Like this bit of path, been up it before. It's fascinating little climb down under a tree in a minute. Off we go through here. Nice oak tree. Here we go. This is a bit tricky. I don't think you can actually see the head height here, but I'm struggling with this rucksack on the concrete steps. There we go. I'm 6'2". That gap is not 6'2". Up the other side. It's a shouty bird, it doesn't want me here. It's a great pity that I haven't figured out how to transmit smell. If I can explain it, it's warm today by northern English standards, and it smells. There's a wholesome green growing smell. It's partly the hawthorn, it's partly the grass. It's wonderful. The air is, it's like flavoured air. It's soupy air today. Soupy air. Yum yum. It's nice. Well, we're not far off the top of the hill now. As you can see ahead of me here, these towers are up here transmitting us. Because this is one of the highest bits of ground there is for a long way here. I was looking up Billinge Hill on the internet, you know, looking it up on Wikipedia, taking everything on there as gospel, as you do. Quite a long history. It's been used for all sorts. Well, the obvious beacon connotation, high point of land, light a fire, send a message. It's like Lord of the Rings. Apparently it was used as a sort of spotting post. I'll climb over the stile here now. In the Second World War, you know, looking out for airy planes and all of that. There's also a suggestion it was one of the sort of planned viewing spots during the Cold War for when the bombs fell. What was left of civilization was going to sit up here on the hill and watch to see where the bombs dropped. There's a jolly thought. That was a fun time growing up. It's a beautiful field here. It's just full of different grasses and flowers, loads of colours. It's not the best field I've seen, this one actually, but there are more and more like this. And I think they're hay fields, something that didn't used to happen for a long time. Certainly up in the Lake District now, there are beautiful fields around there. Gorgeous, so many colours and textures. Fabulous. Oh, so I wonder what we're growing in here. Weeds, it's a weed field. Well, here I am, a whole, almost, by the time we get this up, 179 metres above sea level. Might need oxygen soon. At the beacon. View's getting good. Certainly a big view from up here. That's where I came from, over that way. We've got the Fylde coast over there. Supposed to be able to see Blackpool Tower. Possibly. Something big over in that direction. Which way that would be? Not sure. Not convinced. Coming around that way. We've got Liverpool over there in the distance. See the cranes. See the Radio City towers over there. Liverpool centre. It's hazy today. Hazy. But you might be able to see the hills of Wales on the horizon over there. Apparently you can see Jodrell Bank. Radio telescope on a good day. There is something in that sort of direction. My eyesight's not that good. Come round. Don't know if you can see Manchester over there. I can. See all the big tower blocks in the mist. Pennines behind. Around the other corner, all the way round into hill. Well, I'm dropping down off Billinge Hill now, from the beacon. Back a bit, going back a different route. Is that the ulterior motive? Planning to hit Bimbo Garden Centre on my way back. Bimbo Garden Centre happened to do rather a nice cup of coffee and a slice of cake. Oh, it's nice cool bit of a lane down here. Very good. Glad I came out. Glad I didn't go to bed. Sometimes the sleeping thing becomes a vicious circle. Ah, there were people. Ooh, I might have to check the map. Oh, good thing I checked. Need a kink right and a kink left. Just here. Yeah. So I said the sleeping thing gets to be a vicious circle. I find if I sleep too much, it actually makes me feel rotten. And then feeling rotten makes me sluggish and tired, ironically. So you end up sleeping more, which is obviously not a good pattern to get into. So if you can break that, instead of going to sleep, get up. Don't have to go for a walk, but do something. Be moving. I think that's important. Getting up and watching the telly, probably not so clever. Getting up doing a hobby you like perhaps, having a wander, going to the shops. Just do one of those jobs that you've been promising yourself you'd do. Maybe that's the advice. Be vertical, slightly elevated heart rate. It's very tempting to be asleep sometimes. Very, very tempting. So this looks like, yes, some sort of, I don't know a crop when I see one, but wheat, barley. Strangely enough, and people look at me odd when I say, this is what, in my childhood, we referred to as a cornfield. This was corn. And very confusing, that song. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, because, you know, if it's up to your knees, it's going quite well. But corn is as high as an elephant's eye. I now understand that that song is talking about maize. But I think children growing up now in the UK don't know what they call this, wheat field, barley field. Don't know if you call it cornfield. Anyway, nice big view here. Walking down, I think there's a golf course to our right. Case in point, when you talk about grinding corn to make bread, that's what you're talking about. Wheat. Not cornbread or funny foreign stuff. It's cornfield. Yeah, go with that. Let's look, zoom out a bit. Let's look at this fabulous old oak tree. Beautiful. Alive with birds. Can't see any. And my granddad on my mum's side was a commercial artist by trade, but he's a sort of amateur watercolour artist by inclination. Working horses like that, they were one of his favourite things, because he's old enough to have remembered them from his childhood. He grew up in a rural place in south of Scotland. We've got watercolour paintings in the family of horses like that, beautiful things. We're heading through a lot of these beautiful agricultural fields now, and then we're going down. There's a little river down here, I think. Given that this is Rainford Brook Farm along there, I'm guessing that this is Rainford Brook. Nice, this bit of the walk. It's cool now under the trees. It's quite warm by our standards. It's probably in double figures of Celsius today. A bridge down here could play poo sticks on it. Here, poo sticks territory. Except not enough water. Barely a trickle. Barely a trickle. Oh gosh, I've just seen the state of the how exciting. Oh well, this could be the last you ever hear from me. Made it. Guessing this way now. Oh. I was waffling earlier on. I stopped and waffled before I figured out the microphone business about drinking water. And I was marching on there, nest now, thinking coffee and cake, coffee and cake. Coffee and cake could be half an hour away yet. So, decided not to be silly. Stop, have a drink. It's interestingly warm because I tipped the remains of the boiling water that I made earlier on back into it. It's like a very... Actually tastes just like one of those fruit infusions now. Ah. That'll do. Rehydrated. Put the old hefty pack back on again. Shuffle the trousers back up. Waist belt. Chest strap. Horrible noises moving the microphone. Off we go. Sometimes you find yourself when you're out for walks on roads that look like they've been here a very, very long time. Oh, a lot of the roads around here have been here a very long time, but not in the state they're in. And these down here, I mean, we're 5 or 6 feet lower than the fields around us. Fields are basically at my head height. I wonder how long people have been walking down these for. I have no idea what I'm actually looking at out here, but this windmill, or 2 windmills, these windmills are planted in a sea of pink. It's fantastic. Very beautiful. All that. I just had a little play with the PlantNet app. If you haven't had that one, give it a go. Brilliant, very good. None of these things are 100% reliable. Ragged Robin was a common name that I sort of recognised with the pink stuff. Don't know if that's what it is. It is very nice, very pretty. I'm presuming that that field has just been left to its own devices because of the windmills. Oh, dragonfly! Did you see that? Huge green one. And it's perfectly camouflaged. There. See that? I don't know whether that's got caught. Anyway, fantastic. That's made my day. I'll have to look that one up later. That was big. Big and brilliant stuff. I have to wonder if the farmer who farms these fields hates this public footpath. This is a marked on the Ordnance Survey public footpath. It has legal standing. Has to be here, can't move it. But because it's trend to bigger fields. If we look round us, look at that. Big field, 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 all bisected by this strip of public footpath. I bet some days he would love to just drive his tractor accidentally right across it a few times. Obliterate it. Glad he can't. Here's the public footpaths, let's keep walking on them. Hooray! Haha. Right, what I'm hoping for is an outside seat. I've got a couple of covered benches. That sounds good. Whew. Well, I'm on the last leg now. Just heading back over the fields towards Orrell, where I'm parked. I've just had a very nice cup of coffee, nice piece of lemon meringue pie, and some sensible water. So I'm actually now walking right along the line of the railway. Now that there is a ventilator tower for the railway tunnel under my feet. There's another one ahead of us. But yeah, that's it. Moral of today, mental wobbliness can have real physical side effects like exhaustion, but all sorts of other things. So take them seriously. And if you know people who have mental health issues, then, you know, be gentle with them. And if you're going to go out like me for walks, make sure you bring plenty of liquid with you. So I've been out, I don't know how long, a few hours, I brought 1.5 litres of water with me. That's all gone, including the stuff I made that lunch with earlier on. I had another 1/2 litre at the cafe back there. Drink a lot. Good for you. Anyway, for today, that's it. Had a nice time, feeling good, very up. Bob out.